So it's that time of the year when cargo theft is bad again. So if you go by the Prime store, you can pick up one of these nice alloy locks that they have there, and they're amazing. Not only that, Prime said if you use our lock and your load gets broken into, that they're going to cover it instead of you being out the money. So why not protect yourself by using the lock? The proper way to put the lock on here, and I have a lot of people argue with me in the comments on this, but the proper way is these two holes right here. You can go through the bottom or go through the top, whichever way you want to. If you hook your lock through and then rotate it down and come back through this side, you can lock your lock. And that is the best way to secure it. If you have a high value load or a really expensive load, or any load that you think is a major risk, that is the way that I'm going to lock it. A lot of people have said that, well, when you come to the yard, Prime can't put their lock on it, or if you pick up a load at the yard with a lock already on it, you can't put your lock on it like that. That's not true. There is plenty of room up in here, and you still will be able to work your lock around to get it on or off with another lock on it. I've done it several times. That's the proper way to put your lock on there. Now, I see a lot of people that are driving around, and I'm not calling them wrong for doing it, but a lot of people just have their lock right there like that. That's fine too. It's locked, it's secured. I mean, it's not a bad choice. It's still doing the same job. Either way works. I like the first way better. To me, it's a lot safer. If for some reason this is damaged, so there's a trailer over here, we'll go look at it. Take this lock off. We'll go look at this other trailer over here, because I tried to put it on this trailer first, but I realized that it's damaged. So the holes on this one don't line up. They're off, and you can't put the lock on like that. It's fine to go ahead and lock it just like this because it's damaged. Make sure that you let somebody know that it's damaged, and then it's kind of hard to get my lock back out of here. Ugh. See how hard it was to get it back off? So if it's damaged, you need to let somebody know that it's damaged. If it's completely missing, one side's missing, whatever, then you definitely need to let them know so they can get it on fixed, because at the end of the day, somebody else is going to get that trailer and they're going to have to deal with that too. But if for some reason you can't get it fixed and it's missing or it's damaged, then your other option is to lock this door right here. This door right here also keeps this door from opening. So if you rotate this up and try to open this door, you cannot open it. It won't open. If you take your lock, this is the right door of the trailer. So you want to lock the right door if you're looking at it. If you lock the left door, and I don't know if this trailer will do it or not, but sometimes if you lock the left door, the right door, yep, can be opened right up. So your load is not secured because that lock on that door is not holding this one shut. With the theft being so high, God, that door has some nice seals on it. But with theft so high right now, why not use the locks? If you're walking through a truck stop and you see a lock on a trailer, then you're less likely to mess with it. If you're walking through a truck stop and you're just looking for the easiest smash and grab, you're gonna go for a trailer without a lock on it. There's no lock on that trailer. You can open it right up, and then you become a victim. You'll be responsible for that load. Lock your trailers, secure them, especially right now with theft being so high. So that's what I have to say about your lock. I've been watching a lot of videos on people talking about this lock situation and air cuff situation we have at Prime, how Prime's like making sure people own a lock and a airlock cuff, and you know, nothing has changed. It's been like that the whole time. It was a requirement whenever I started to pick up a lock set from the company store over there, and it came with the alloy lock, the big one, a small one for your low locks, and an air cuff lock. You know, and that's to help. That's a big deterrent on somebody that might try to make your attempt to break into your trailer or maybe steal your truck. It's a big deterrent. I understand that these locks can be cut. Used to, these locks could not be cut. Like, it was hard to get into one of our trailers. These alloy locks, they were tough. Now there's all kinds of battery powered stuff, angle grinders, you know, you name it. So, you know, they can still get into it. But the good thing about Prime is Prime says, hey, if you use our lock and your trailer is broken into and your lock is still on that door, or your lock's like still there, like they know that you used your lock, then you're not going to be responsible for the claim against that load. And to me, that peace of mind right there, just simply putting a lock on the back of my trailer, that is worth it. You know, we deal with all kinds of loads here, like meat loads. There's a lot of people that are doing without right now, that they might be like, you know what, I can't find no job or nothing like that. You know, I know where I can get some food. Maybe I'll get lucky on one of these trucks. You know, if they're walking through the truck stop, there's a lot of trucks there. I'm not going to hit the one with the alloy lock. Like, I would be like, oh, that one don't even have a lock on it. Because we see it all the time. Other trucks out there in the truck stops, they don't have no lock on their trailer. You see the seals on the door, so you're like, man, there is a load in there. And they just don't lock it at all. So that would be the one that's most likely going to get hit. They see my alloy lock, they're going to be like, I'll go to the next one. If they can't find one without a lock on it, I still might be a victim in that case, and they still might break into it. Hopefully, you know, I do my pre-trip real good in the morning whenever I wake up after my 10-hour break, and I go back there and I find it, and I'm like, and report it ASAP. You know, good walk around, you're gonna see that your lock's broken or your door's ripped up, because it's gonna take some work on that door. As for the cuffs, the cuff locks, those are great. Some trucks, I understand that if you push the cuff in, because I had a truck that was like that for some reason, you push the cuff in and it would release the brakes, and I was like, man, that's not good. So one of my trucks, you could do that. I don't know why it would do it on that truck, but it would. But that's another safety thing, that, hey, if you use it and say somehow your truck gets stolen, whenever they recover that truck, they're going to see that the damage from them breaking that off to actually push in your valves to take your truck. So it's going to cover you. It's all about CYA. I learned that a long time ago at my old job. Always CYA, always do paperwork, make sure you're covered, make sure that there's no way that you can get in trouble. And this is one of the things. So everyone complaining about, hey man, Prime's tripping about these locks for the trailer and these airlock cuffs. It's always been that way. We were always supposed to use those. We were always supposed to have our locks on there. It's just, for some reason, a lot of people got away from it, or maybe they weren't, like, they were all like, I can't afford the alloy lock. Let me just go get a regular lock from the store. I think the regular lock from the store is okay, but it's just not the same. It's built different than the alloy lock. It is. Definitely look into getting that alloy lock. Save up if you have to. If you have to use the master lock for a little while, as soon as you get a good check, come in there and buy it. I don't remember the exact price of it, but it comes as a set. I want to say mine was like, if I had a guess right now, I want to say it was like $150. But don't quote me on that, because I don't know what it would cost now. You know, I bought mine. I have the same lock. I have the same lock since I started. So I've been using the same lock for almost 9 years now. And I take care of it, because what you need to do to your locks to take care of them is you want to get some of the dry lock lube, is what it's called. It's made for locks. You spray the dry lock lube in there, and it keeps it nice and lubed up, and it'll keep working. If my lock's old and it still works smooth. Every winter you get a lot of road grime in there and stuff like that, you respray it, You work it back and forth, clean it up, and it's good again. You don't want to use like WD-40 and stuff like that in there, because that's going to take a lot of grease out and a lot of the lubrication out. It's going to clear it all out, and that's whenever your lock is going to start rusting, and then it's going to be hard to lock and unlock. So you gotta take care of your locks. It to me, like, I made that investment back then. I got many a years out of that lock, and it still works great. Still works great. The ones on my load locks, they're kind of like getting worn out, because they're always in the weather and stuff like that. And I need to be better at spraying. I need to go get me some more lock lube in a can. I looked in my truck. I used to have a can in here, but I moved trucks so many times since then that I can't find it, or I threw it away. So I should buy another can. If I buy another can, I'll make a little video about how I spray it, you know, clean the lock and keep it lubricated. Dry lock lube it's made for locks. It's dry, it's lock and lube, and it will take care of your locks. It'll clean it out, it will lube it back up, and that lock will be working like it's brand new, instead of throwing away your lock and buying another one and just throwing your money away. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, lock those trailers. Keep that load as secure as you can, and hopefully nobody ever looks at your trailer and says, I'm gonna go and take everything. Almost said you're a victim. You kind of are a victim whenever they steal your stuff. You're a victim. They stole from you. They stole from your company. Let's protect our company. Let's do the best we can out there. Lock those trailers. Like, comment, and subscribe.